All right, what's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Blessings to everybody out there supporting the channel, man. Keep sharing the videos, man. If you haven't, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, so you won't miss another video, man. And appreciate it, man. And we can continue to do what we do and rock out, man. And I got some news coming for the channel as well, some updates coming, man, and how you can view the video, man. And appreciate it, man. How you can view the content as well too. So be on the lookout, man. I got a lot of things coming for the channel. So hopefully you guys, enjoy. Maybe I got some merch coming up, website getting built, where you guys can buy the merch and check out some, or possibly read some articles and stuff like that. So we working. Even though y'all see me working, I'm working, man. But y'all know we're gonna talk about today. See the title, and title is the Detroit Lions draft talk. We back on the draft talk. Who should the Lions avoid picking? And I pretty much want to hear from everybody out there who they want to avoid picking. I really only got one guy. I'm really starting to get into the third, the fourth round of guys, man. I'm gonna talk about some sleepers as well that I like today as well. DeAndre Baker, what's going on, and then could the Lions take another offensive lineman? I've been saying that from the very, very beginning. Bob Quinn loved to move back and take O-Lineman. Took Decker. I believe he moved back and took. Did he move back? I think he moved back and took Decker. Was it Decker? And I know he moved back and took Ragnow. He took Glasgow as well. So, well, maybe it was Davis that he moved back for. So I can't 100% remember. So much things scrambling across your mind. So I want to hear who the one guy that a lot of you guys, and I'll repeat this through the stream as more people roll in. Who is the one guy that you don't want to see the Detroit Lions draft? The one guy for me is DK Metcalf. Is the one guy I don't want to see the Lions at least take in the first round. If somehow he slides to the second or third or something come up, I can understand that. That's just the one guy I just don't. I don't have a first round grade on him. Potential is through the roof, but potential can get you killed. Can kill a team. And the Lions have so many more pressing needs than a receiver on the outside. I know a lot of people, they like the big rangy receivers, the guy from ASU. There's a couple other rangy receivers out there too that's big and strong and fast. That seem they got a lot of potential. But the thing about the bigger receivers is that they don't come in and out of breaks. They don't run smooth routes usually. Calvin Johnson was a blip, not a trend. AJ Green was a blip, not a trend. Julio Jones was a blip, not a trend. Another thing about guys like DK Metcalf that have that super fast twitch muscles throughout their body, they end up like track stars. End up like John Ross with the Bengals. Ton of hamstring issues, ton of soft tissue issues, and you just can't afford it. And then he's already taller, so it's gonna be harder for Metcalf to get in and out of breaks, being a taller receiver and run smooth routes. So basically, you're just going to be counting on him running deep routes, 9 routes, post routes, bubble screens, can you really depend on him to run a quick slant across the middle and risk getting his head taken off and taken into the house? Ruben Patton, salute. So, you all got to think about those things. And are you happy with you got a receiver right now as far as on the outside? Because you got to be a great route runner to run on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a precise route runner. He going to be on the inside. So are you happy with Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay? I would say I am. I would say I'm definitely happy with those guys for the time being. Because he's not going to, be an Amendola or he going to be a Brandon Powell in the middle. Not going to be that. So why we even waste a first round draft grade like that? That's what the Oakland Raiders do. They draft on athletic ability and feel like that you can't teach speed and strength and size. But we can refine your football skills. For the most part, if you ain't got some type of skill at this point, even if you're coming out early, it's gonna be hard to give a young kid millions of dollars and tell him, oh, you got to work harder. A lot of dudes feel like they already made it. Darius Hayward-Bay never developed. The kid I mentioned the other day went to Oklahoma. They ended up going to Missouri. The big tall kid. Damn, what was his name? Taller cat. He went to start off at Oklahoma. I think he ended at Missouri. Dorial Beckham, Dorial Beckham, he never developed. You had a ton of tall receivers that was jump high, ran fast. It's only so many Calvins, so many Julios, so many AJs. It's only so many Vincent Jacksons, Mike Evans. All those guys don't go on to have that prosperous career. For every one of them, it's a tall receiver that either got injured or never really developed. So when I look at the guys that I really don't want to put, especially in the first round one, I don't want him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him. I'd happily take a first round draft, offensive lineman in the first rounder. But let me know who guys you don't like. But other than that, I really ain't found too many prospects I don't like. But you know what? We know it's going to be some prospects that just don't make it. You know it's going to be prospects that just won't make it. You know it's going to be guys. I mean, at this point, you know, it's going to be somebody up there. You look at Nick Bosa, even though he not in our draft slot, him and his brother consistently always injured. Always injured. Now, Joey Bosa been injured through his first. He started off injured. His production is out the roof, but if you don't have no availability, that's your best ability. You go down. Some people, I love Ed Oliver. Some people might say Ed Oliver is too small. Worst case scenario, you could put him on the defensive end and let him rock out. But some guys might not like him. Kyle Murray, even though we might not be, I don't believe we in the business. We in the business for a quarterback. But a lot of guys don't like Kyle Murray. I didn't like him in college. I said, what happened to him in the SEC? I said, what happened to him in the SEC? But you know what? He proved in the Alabama game that he got grit, he got an arm, he got ability. And you know what? I seen a lot of quarterbacks come and go on a high school level that didn't get that scholarship to D1, had to go to D2, D3 because of their height. So Kyle Murray putting on for the shorter quarterbacks. I think he can do it, man. I wouldn't be mad if he slipped and the Lions got him. Like I said before, I'm tired of seeing the same shit with Matthew Stafford. It's the same shit with Matthew Stafford every year. And people want to sit there and say, oh, it's because the Lions didn't draft good or they didn't do this, they didn't do that. At the end of the day, you paid $30 million to upgrade guys. And who the fuck has he made better? Nobody. Who came to Detroit and said, oh, he gave Golden Tate more of an opportunity because of passing offense, but Golden Tate was already lit before he was lit in Notre Dame. You know? So at the end of the day, it's going to be the Stafford apologists. It's going to be Stafford apologists at the end of this season. It's going to be an excuse. Oh, Taylor Decker got hurt. Oh, they didn't have an offensive line. Kerryon Johnson didn't do what he was supposed to. Oh, Marvin Jones, he should have caught it. Oh, this guy, if he still had Calvin. Oh, Darrell Bevel is overrated. It's going to be some fucking excuse this year. Oh, the defense wasn't that good. You don't hear that shit in Green Bay, do you? You hear that shit in Green Bay. You know, them motherfuckers, they draft pretty good, but they don't get no free agents. They don't get no damn free agents. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker over there playing with third and fourth string fucking running backs and offensive linemen. That nigga make it happen, Aaron Rodgers. He make it happen. So I wouldn't be mad if they took a quarterback. I'll tell you that shit right now. I wouldn't be mad. Any point in this draft they took a quarterback to put some pressure on Stafford, I wouldn't be mad. But best wishes to his wife as she get ready to enter for brain surgery. Blessings. You know, Greedy Williams is another guy some people might not like because of he's six. What the hell is he? 6'2" or 6'1", and only 182 pounds. Only 182 pounds, and he's scared to get physical. He's scared to get physical and tackle. And if he did say it's a business decision not to tackle in college, my whole thing about it is like what happened in the pros. Like who you gonna tackle at 182 pounds? You got dudes walking around like Julio and AJ that's 210, 220, 230. You got running backs that's playing basically receiver going to the flats. That's 220, 230, 240. Who the fuck 182-pound cornerback gonna tackle? And if he do, he gonna get fucked up. So he got to put some weight on. The problem is, if he put weight on, he gonna at least have to put 10, 15 pounds on. Will he still be as mobile as he is? Ruben Patton say draft O-line first 2 rounds. I'm just saying. And Mike can trade back for more picks on defense. Calvin Benjamin, I'm disappointed in him. I love him. He started eating his way out the league, especially when he got that when he got that ACL injury, he got fat and just got complacent. It's hard to wake up. What they say, it's hard to get up and go work hard when you waking up on silk sheets. Matthew Stafford got until Trevor Lawrence come out. If Stafford don't win a playoff game by then, if I'm Detroit, I have to make a change. So you talking 2 years. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Because I like him better than Tua and Herbert. But shit, you can never have too many quarterbacks. I don't care what they say. I still go ahead and take a Tyree Jackson this year. Or take a Stedham from Auburn this year and see if they develop. Because then again, you're going to have them on a cheap deal. Or Trevor Lawrence will be on a cheap deal because they got the financial brackets now. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't go out there and run the checkup like Stafford and Sam Bradford did. I wouldn't mind if we drafted an O-line. I wouldn't mind it neither. I've been saying it, Jay White. I've been preaching that Greedy Williams scared to hit. Yeah, he only 182 pounds. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm high on Greedy. He's a playmaker. Man, he too small, man. Too small. You know what I'm saying? He just too fucking small. Is he going to be able to hold up? We're going to have to get that nigga one of them Lou's Deli or Bread Basket in Livonia because I don't fuck with Bread Basket on Grand River. They shit be dry. I don't know what be going on with they shit. You know what I'm saying? Bread Basket on Grand River, man, they shit be dry as hell. I don't know where they get their corned beef from, bro. You know what I'm saying? One Livonia be smacked. We need to get that nigga a corned beef sandwich. Couple of them. You eat 3 of them bitches a day. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You don't like Ed Oliver, Sheldon McCary? He said, I'm high on Greedy. Yeah, he a playmaker. Good ball skills. He got the speed, so he ain't got to worry about the tease taper thing. My problem is you got the worst you got a worst tackling cornerback. One of the worst tackling cornerbacks in Justin Coleman. Pro Football Focus. Everybody love him. Apparently on this channel, on this subscriber base. And then, you know, you got to worry about that. So you're going to put 2 corners out there who can't possibly tackle. That's my problem. Then you got a middle linebacker who can't tackle with Jerry Davis. That's just too many non-tackling niggas out there for me. You know, but he can always build his strength up, man. You put that weight in them legs. That's where you need to weight at. He is a little skinny up top, man. So he ain't going to be able to get physical with a Julio or guys like that right away. But you know what? He got good vision. He played good zone. Looked like on some of the tape I seen. And he able to make some good plays on the ball. His ball skills is exceptional. You know, so what Deion said, they don't pay me to tackle, so you know, but you be a successful defense, you got to have some cornerbacks, some DBs not scared to put their nose in the nose in there, man. But other than that, keep telling me the guys that you don't want the Lions to draft. I love to hear it. But Sheldon McCurry said Ed Oliver. I love Ed Oliver. You know, even size and all, man. Worst case scenario, he go play defensive end. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, man. Explosive athlete. You know, strong on the inside. I like him, man. But I understand that some people might not think he might not hold up in the trenches. Trade back and get more picks. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I don't have no problem with trading back and get more picks. But I think Bob Quinn is trying to move up. Or he's trying to stay exactly where he is. Because I heard the Packers want to get TJ Hawkinson. Some people were telling me that. You know what I'm saying? Corey Blue and Byron, I mentioned this person, we trading down, man. I don't think we trading down. I'm gonna tell you why I don't think we trading down before I continue to go on. He said I grew up on Grand River last year. I stay right in that area. I could walk there right now. You know, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you why I don't think they're gonna move back. He publicizing it too much, man. The CIA, aka the Detroit Lions, usually don't publicize what they gonna do. They mum on injuries, they mum on game plans. They very bland on the response they give people during the season. Only time that Bob Quinn actually opened up was at the end of the season, when he answered everybody questions, because he didn't take no questions during the season. No questions. He didn't answer nothing. He didn't make no appearances. He waited to the beginning of the season and then the end of the season. Anytime somebody out there offering information, I'm very sketchy about that. You know, that's like you in the middle of the street and you wearing a wiretap, or you just the feds trying to get somebody. Oh, come rob me. Come on, I got all this jewelry on. Nah, man, I'm skeptical of that, man. That's that informant shit. You know what I'm saying? I think Bob Quinn really trying to stay where he at, or he trying to move up. One or the two. One or the two. I think he historically want to move back, but him publicizing that on the rap sheet in Rappaport podcast, and he keep preaching that, I'm skeptical. I think that man want to move up or stay where he at and take Hawkinson or Fant. I think it's gonna be Hawkinson be there at 8. This is my personal opinion. Corey Blue said, if Byron Murphy fall, I'm taking him after we trade back. Oh, for Washington, I like the other kid. I haven't really watched a lot of Byron Murphy, but I like the other kid, man. If you can get him in the second round, let me tell you, from Penn State, Amani Oruwariye from Penn State. I like that kid. He only was a 1-year starter, but I like that kid. He got a first round grade on him right now. But if he moved back and that's incorrect, I like that kid. Long, big, strong kid. Real talk, I like that kid from Penn State. I like that kid from Penn State. Real talk, I like that kid. That kid can play. You know what I'm saying? Only a 1-year starter though. He only started for 1 full year, so that's something to look at. But hey, you can look at it from another angle. You can look at it from he got a lot of room to grow. 6'2", 205 pounds, man. That dude from Tampa too. Love Tampa. What about White? I wouldn't mad at them taking White. White and Davis give you the opportunity to keep 2 linebackers out there, and nickel. Nickel you're gonna have to, but they give you the opportunity to play your base defense because of their speed. They can run with tight ends, run with receivers, with their speed. And that give you an opportunity to keep your base package out there and not really have to substitute and match up their speed. You can put them in zone. Even though Davis suck at coverage, that's my problem with him. And not tackling. Renardo, what's going on too? Salute. So that's my problem with him. But I'm cool with White. He's still developing. He was a running back coming out of high school in Louisiana. So he's still developing, man. No offensive lineman. Please, no tight ends. I'm not mad if they take a tight end or offensive lineman. I'm not a big fan of them taking a tight end. I'm a big fan of them going ahead, stand on the defensive side, and get one of them pass rushers. You know what I'm saying? May it be Sweat. I'm huge on Sweat. May it be Gary, Colleen Farrell. May it be Quinn Williams fall. Who else you got out there? Somehow Josh Allen fall. Nick Bosa, which won't happen fall. If any of them dudes fall, I'm all for plugging them dudes in this defense, man. All for it, man. That's my number one thing is to get one of those defensive guys in the front 7. White, Bush, all them dudes, man. I like them a lot, man. And but it's for the Lions. It should be an upgrade in their speed, man. All around the board, they should be upgrading their speed, in my opinion. But the tight end, I'm at peace, man. I'm tired of them taking tight ends in the first round. But guess what? You can't always let your past determine your future. So. Hawkinson and Fant, they not Ebron, they not Brandon Pettigrew. So at the end of the day, if they gonna sit there and game plan, and try to take advantage of the tight end and make sure he get 5 to 7 catches a game, and they make him a vocal point of offense, then I'm all for it. But the Lions don't seem like under Jim Bob Cooter that they sat there and they try to really adjust their offense from week to week and make teams game plan for a specific person since Calvin Johnson left. They never sat there and abused Eric Ebron's ability to get vertical. They never did that. They never made that adjustment to get matchups with Eric Ebron. It just seems like they never really dissected defenses on a week-to-week basis and say, you know what, we like this matchup. Oh, man, they weak in the nickel. Let's line fucking Galladay and Jones on the same side of the field and put Jones in the nickel and see if we can get some type of rub route so we get some type of matchups. The Lions seem like one of them old school football teams. We line up, you line up, and we're going to see if you can stop us from doing what we want to do. There ain't no adjustments from week to week. It's basically trying to fit a square peg in several different 16 different holes a year. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again, you're going to get a square peg that's going to fit. But every week, you're going to get a triangle. You're trying to fit a square in a triangle. You're trying to fit in an oval. You're trying to fit them in a circle, a rectangle. It's not going to work. You have to make adjustments. That's what makes the Patriots so good. Are the Patriots 16 for 16 every year? 16 for 16 every year if they game plan week to week. No. Some teams got their number. But from week to week, they try to highlight and try to exploit the best matchups. May it be Gronk, may it be Welker back in the day, may it be Edelman, David Givens, Deion Branch, James White, Corey Dillon. They try to exploit from week to week, and a lot of this got to do with coaching, man. It got to do with coaching, and I will say that does, it don't fall on Matthew Stafford. He could be coached better. You know what I'm saying? He could be put in a better position to be successful, but a lot of this got to do with coaching. From week to week, Jim Bob Cooter and them installed some of the worst game plans we ever seen. DeAndre Baker say Hawkinson is a beast. I ain't gonna lie, he probably will go in the top 20. It's very likely. I think they might pull the trigger on him at 8. I stayed like 5 minutes for Redford before they put the Myers off Bendler. Yeah, I stay right there. So fucking Myers right there. He used to have it before they tore down Redford. He used to have a track, and we used to go up there and run back in the day. There used to be a whole bunch of females up there, man. Track girls, thick old women trying to get in shape before the weather broke, and after the weather broke. Yeah, it was straight up there, man. Now they got the little Redford sculpture there to thank to remember Redford. But shit, this Myers now, nigga. What you think we're going to draft a running back in one round? I don't know. That might late. I like the kid from Memphis. Somebody told me to check out the Benny Snell guy from Kentucky. I gotta check him out. I like the guy from Memphis, Darrell Henderson. He's perfect for what the Lions need. Somebody that can really get down and fly. I love Darrell Henderson. They need somebody that can fly. You know what I'm saying? The Lions don't have nobody on that offense that you scared that's gonna break it at any given moment. Powell is quick, he fast and all that, and Jones and Galloway can get down the field. But who you worried about really taking that ball from point A to point Z? Really catching short pass and take it to the house. It's really nobody, man. Now, I'm really scared of him on offense right now. He said, I'm away from all quarterbacks in the first round. I just don't like the class of 2019. Yeah, it's a lot of iffy. Dwayne Haskins had 1 year as a starter. Had an exceptional cast around him. Who else you got out there? Drew Lock from Missouri got a wonderful arm. Don't know how he translates to the NFL. Who else you got? Dwayne Haskins, I talk on him. Kyle Murray, small. So you really don't know what he got. If he get hit one time, he might go down. They say he's so explosive, but I didn't like the fact that he didn't want to run the 40. Anytime a dude don't want to get out there and compete and show his full skill level, I'm kind of a little bit skeptical. But he got a nice arm, but really, I ain't sold on none of them, though. Right now, I think the Bears still have the best team in the division. I just don't trust Mitchell. I don't think he got the juice for real. Yeah, remember Blake Bortles and them? They was hot the year before last, and they was real hot, and then they became the 100. And they had a target on their back, he folded. So that does happen. Mitchell Trubisky is a good is a solid quarterback right now, but I'm not sold on him neither. But like I said before, with him, you never know. Now you got a target on your back, and every defense is dissecting what you did the year before. They're making adjustments. They're not gonna let you break the pocket. They're gonna make you beat them from their pocket. It's all about his development in the offseason. But I think the NFC North is as wide open as possible. The one team I just don't worry about is the Vikings. It seems like they slipping. They added Kirk Cousins. He just bad luck. He gave Michigan State they hype pep talk before they played Texas Tech. They lost. Last year he went to Minnesota. They went to the NFC Championship game. Then, they don't even make the playoffs with the very same team down there. Mike Zimmer is starting to lose control of the locker room. He's starting not to make the adjustments. I'm not worried about them. The Packers, I'm not worried about. They good team. I'm not really worried about them because I think it's over for Aaron Rodgers physically. I think his body's starting to break down. And I think you're going to see more and more injuries from him overall. So, but I think they up there. You know what I'm saying? They're a really good organization, man. They draft well. A lot of good young DBs. I wanted Jair Alexander on the Lions last year. So, they're always a threat because Aaron Rodgers is one of the best out there. But we'll see. He said Jermaine Pratt is a dog. He said that's Joseph Israel. Jay White say, I remember when Manny Harris went there, a legend in the hood. Yeah, that's my boy cousin, man. He pulled up on my crib a couple times, man. Yep. Yeah, Brandon, the Brandon guy, was it Brandon Harris? They had the brother, and the brother ended up passing away. I think he passed away overseas or something like that, or in the, forgot the other I forgot the brother's name. They was Elijah Holyfield. I think we got C.J. Anderson, man. The Lions need some speed in the backfield. All them niggas is slow except for Kerryon, but he ain't exceptional fast. They need some fucking speed, bro, in that backfield. Theoretic slow as fucking Methuselah. Slow as hell. Theoretic, man, he ain't breaking shit, man. That nigga ain't breaking shit to the crib. You lucky if he gets to the yard marker, the 10-yard mark. Yeah, what do you think about going to do with Theo? Theo, he gonna stay, man. They gonna keep him. He a guy they like. Josh Jacobs, he from Oklahoma, Oklahoma area. Yeah, he played at Alabama. I like him. He cool, but he gonna be gone in the first. We ain't looking at no running back in the first. Unless we move back with the Raiders and get they 2 picks, possibly. But we really ain't looking for no running back in the first, man. I don't believe. I don't really see no Zeke or no Todd Gurley in the first, man. But I just think about it, they just need speed in that backfield. They need speed, and I wouldn't be opposed to taking Noah Fant either because he bring a speed demeanor. But if you're not gonna use your tight ends vertically, then what are we getting? What do you need Noah Fant for? So Hawkinson is gonna be that guy, but they don't do shit special with their tight ends. All they do is that same. And this is a new offensive coordinator, but Darrell Bevel when I don't remember the tight ends when he had with Gus Frerotte, Savage Jackson, and Brett Favre. I don't even remember. I remember that the Seahawks had a kid that just left here that went to the Raiders, Luke Wilson, and he would scramble and throw it deep. But I just don't, if they don't sit there and abuse the tight end position and really, let them go down the middle of the field on the little post route on the zone, if they don't let them do more than this, roll to the flats on the bootleg or just to do the shallow crossing route and the regular crossing route, the drag routes, they don't do shit special with the tight end in Detroit. You see the Patriots lining out in the AFC Championship game, putting Gronk out wide, isolating him in man-to-man coverage, getting one-on-one, throwing the ball. He make the biggest catch of the game, even though he break down. You see them lining up him and Aaron Hernandez back in the day. And they just they doing things with them. Hernandez, working the deep half of the field. Gronk working underneath, coming out in a ton of two tight end sets, heavy sets. I mean, they did an amazing job with just game planning. Even Gronk, with Gronk without Aaron Hernandez, and the Lions don't take advantage of their tight end like that, man. They don't game plan and let them work the seam. How many times you ever seen really Ebron go up the seam and run down the middle of the field and try to find a soft spot in the zone? Real talk. They didn't have no idea how to utilize a tight end. You can't put that on Darrell Bevel, but I don't really remember none of Darrell Bevel tight ends having a career year like that. They're not doing shit special. They're not getting matchups, putting them up in the slot like that, letting them go deep, doing a lot of rub routes, switch routes, doing no real routes. Indianapolis got creative with Eric Ebron. They say, you know what? We know what Ebron do best. He get down the field. He can highlight the ball, catch the ball at his highest point. He can outrun the defense. The Lions, Ebron is a fast athlete. Let's overthink this. Everybody think Ebron go down the field and take the top off the defense. Let's keep him underneath. Let's use him like Pettigrew. Let's use him in whip routes. Roll into the flat. Let him be this athletic ability. Let's call a few tight end screens, a couple crossing routes. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, they wouldn't let that joker get deep, man. They ain't gonna let that joker get deep. They ain't letting Ebron go out there and run a 9 route in the seams or go out on the outside and get a linebacker or safety on him one-on-one and let Ebron beat him. They just don't. They never really game plan like that. They never game plan like that. Only time they game plan is when they run the ball, some success, then they play action, they try to get Marvin Jones one-on-one or Galladay one-on-one. It's just not a methodical offense with Jim. None of them. Scott Linehan, Jim Bob Cooter, they basically saying, we're going to line up and do what we want to do the same shit from week to week, and you're going to have to stop. And the team say, well, they're doing the same plays from they did the prior 2 weeks of last year. We just going to line up and we know how to play them. No adjustments, no creativity. You know what I'm saying? Even from Joe Lombardi, was no creativity. He never made no adjustments. Like, he took the Saints playbook and brought it over here. When he claimed that Matthew Stafford couldn't digest it, I can believe it. But shit, you didn't make no adjustments. You didn't put your print on there. If it's not working, you got to be able to adjust. You know, DeAndre Baker said, I agree, we need speed. We lacking Pro Bowl caliber players, if you ask me. Offensively, I thought Taylor Decker was going to be a Pro Bowler until he hurt his shoulder. He ain't been the same. I think Glasgow is pretty good. I think Ragnar can be pretty good. But then going to the backfield, I think Kerryon can be a Pro Bowler if he give him an opportunity to showcase what he can do more and how he can, you know, help in the passing game and stop giving his touches to Theoretic. Jones and Galladay, they Pro Bowl players. So I think they got enough Pro Bowl players on offense. I don't think Stafford is a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. But that's just my opinion on that. Obviously, he never made an All-Pro team. And last time he made the Pro Bowl was 14, I believe. So, like I said before, everybody want to blame everything around the guy. But when you paid $30 million, you supposed to make motherfuckers better. You know, you can argue that fucking Tom Brady had less talent on offense than Matthew Stafford. But then again, you can argue and say, well, he had Josh McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? He got a better system around him too. So, but like I said, we just missing that speed. Defensively, you can say we missing some Pro Bowl caliber players. I think Snacks, Hand is Pro Bowl. Flowers can be Pro Bowl caliber. But then when you get to the back half, the only one you really got out there is Quadre and Slay. Because Davis, Kennard, and Jones, they not. Tracy Walker, we yet to see he can ball. But I agree. You missing speed. You know what I'm saying? Kennard not that fast. Jones not that fast. And across your line, your most athletic defensive lineman that's going to start, that I could think about just projecting starting, is going to be Hand. So that's why I like Ed Oliver in there, because he upgrades your speed on the defensive line instantly with Hand. You know what I'm saying? If you pick Greedy Williams, he upgrades your speed on the outside instantly. Him, Coleman, and Slay, and Quadra and Tracy, that's one of the most athletic backfields out there. You know? But Bob Quinn needs to draft more Pro Bowlers other than just good players. Yeah, easier said than done, though, but I agree. You know, he can't go out there and take risks because the overall drafting for the Lions been so bad. So he playing it safe. But, yeah, sometimes you got to take a risk. Joseph Israel said, I think Kyle Murray is going to light the scoreboard up. Stafford has the LeBron syndrome, except LeBron has actually won championships. Yeah, Kyle Murray could. He got an arm. He cracking the whip. You know, Stafford good. Stafford good when they shit on the line. When they get down 30 fucking points, 20 points, then he looked like a surgeon out there in the 2 minute. Truth be told, the defense just plays soft. They get lax. And then he be able to come back. But as soon as the game is in reach most of the time, he not that confident of a quarterback out there. That's just the facts. That's just the fucking facts. But my whole thing about it is, I don't even want to make it about Stafford. My whole thing about the Matthew Stafford thing is, every year these niggas come out here, right? Every year we come out here, and all these fucking channels too, they come out here preaching, oh, the Lions going to win 10 games, 11 games. Oh, they going to do great. But all of a sudden, when the shit don't come full circle and they fail, like they failed the last 20, 30 years, oh, it ain't Matthew Stafford fault. Oh, Stafford ain't got nothing. But before the year, your optimistic ass was just telling us, your optimistic sweet and sour ass was just telling us, oh man, that this offense is going to be explosive this year. You heard what Marvin Jones was doing in training camp, but then the excuses start pouring in when the season get here. My advice to y'all is shut the fuck up and let the season come. You know, that's my advice. Because every year Stafford is the Lions going to win a division. They got to win 11, 10, 12 games. And as soon as the season start, oh, Stafford ain't got no help. Fuck up out of here. Before the season, you just told me that this nigga was about to just go crazy. And I'm a victim of it too, man. I'm fed up with that shit. Oh, yeah, every year Stafford ain't got no help. Before the season starts, Stafford got all the help in the world. All the help in the world Stafford got. As soon as you get to week 3 and week 4, Stafford ain't got no help. Every year it's the same shit. Don't say he got help before the year then. Just shut the fuck up then. You know? They gonna turn Stafford into a game manager. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Motherfuckers act like a game manager is the worst thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit. You think he should want to hand the ball off again, beat up for 10 fucking seasons, and just have bigger windows to throw to and be able to play action. That's all fucking Tom Brady over there doing is playing hot potato at this point in his career. Dink and dunk, play action, dragging the defense in and having bigger windows. It's easy to be an accurate, confident passer when your windows is as big as the whole wall side window company. It's easy. It's hard when you dropping back every time when they squeezing receivers. You gotta be pinpoint accurate every time. That shit is impossible, bruh. It's impossible. It's impossible to line up there and say, "Oh, my guy gonna beat you." No, all I gotta do is rush forward. It's impossible. So he should want to hand that motherfucker off. He should want to be able to play action and get at least 8 to 10 easy throws a game that can go for touchdowns. But knowing his ass, he might throw it the other way. Dude ain't the brightest dude in the book. When he started talking, what was that one year? He really started talking to show I don't need a quarterback coach. He started to sound ignorant in the motherfucker. I was like, oh, he's stupid. He started saying all this stupid shit out there. I remember that shit. I can't remember exactly what year it was. And all the fans like, you should get a quarterback coach. Yeah, motherfuckers forget all of that. They forget all of that shit about Stafford. That nigga was throwing picks left and right before Caldwell got here. That nigga was Mr. Pick Season. Pick Season. He was throwing it to the other team like a motherfucker. Had like 19 picks that year before Jim Caldwell got here. People forget shit like that. Oh, because he ain't had no help. I ain't never heard no shit like that for too many other quarterbacks. He said, hold on. Joe Cashmere said, hold on, man. I'm trying to, I don't know what the fuck is loading. Here we go. Joe Cashmere said, I'm tired of all Michigan sports team. Yeah. I mean, Michigan State, the only thing you got. But I really give the Pistons a pass because they won before. The Lions been bad for 30 fucking years. We seen, now this is getting a little bit excessive with the Pistons. Because they fucked up they messed over a whole decade. But you know what? I was the Piston fan through the 90s. I remember that. So eventually they might get together. But they don't have Bill Davidson no more. So they got Tom Gore. So, you know, there really ain't no hope for them neither. But hopefully the Tigers built their farm system up. The Red Wings missed the playoffs again. Yeah, it's getting bad in Detroit. Real bad. You know what I'm saying? Real bad, but hey, it is what it is, man. When they win, you know, the Pistons led the attendance in the NBA for every year with the going to work Pistons. Even with the bad boys, they was killing it. And now we in Detroit, we need a winner, man. People gonna turn out though, man. That's a nice stadium at Little Caesars, man. And hopefully we win tonight. I don't know who the fuck called it. My mama called me. I don't know what the fuck she wanted. Let's call her back. You know. Yeah. But I like Little Caesars winning. That shit dope. I want them to make the playoffs. We gonna go down there, man. I might have some coverage down there and talk a little Pistons down there. It's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful arena, man. Comfortable seating. I had a great seat. I'm gonna go back there for some Pistons games, man. For real. He said that's why Detroit teams really don't win. Always want to play the too close to the vest. Yeah, they don't go out there and be great. They never go out there and send a huge offer to somebody, or they never go out there and make the draft day trades and or take a risk in the draft. That's just what it is. They play it safe for a city. They got a rich history of hustlers and a rich history of dudes taking chances and taking risks. That's crazy. Detroit, the sports teams don't take no risks. Everybody's so conservative. Edward Berry said, Joe Cashmere said they gonna draft Adam Sandler from Waterboy. Bobby Boucher. Edward Berry said they draft choir boys. True. And keep letting me know what y'all think about who the guy you don't want the Lions to draft. The tight end is the pick. He gotta have a perfect team. Edward Berry. Yep, they'd be hating on somebody. Mark Johnson, cornerback draft some. Well, they got about 10 cornerbacks on the team, Mark Johnson. From Darius Slay to Coleman to Ford to Tabor still on the team to Marcus Cooper to Rashad Melvin. That's 6 right there. And I'm probably forgetting somebody. Oh, Jamal Agnew makes 7. The real question is Byron Murphy or Greedy Williams at number 8. Like I said, they got 7 cornerbacks on their roster right now. I don't think they plan on taking one in the first round. They could, but I don't think they plan on taking a cornerback in the first round. You know, I don't think they think about taking a cornerback in the first round. That's what I think. If you go out there and you load up on cornerbacks, you still believe in Tabor, Ford, maybe it's a smoke screen. Because some of the quarterbacks, they don't owe much. They can cut them without any repercussions on the back end. So, it could be. I'm not opposed to it. Ozo Lorna Buzz. Salute, bro. Salute. Y'all can ask questions. Keep telling me the guy that you don't want the Lions to draft, and then we'll close it out talking about the O-Linemen, man. He says, Willie Kennedy said the Pistons organization is slow. I still don't see how you have Luke Kennard and Donovan Mitchell working out together, and you pick Luke. I was done with that. Yeah, I said that before too. Maybe they looked at Luke was a better shooter, and they needed better shooting around Drummond. Maybe that's what they looked at, but yeah, I'm put that to rest, man. I've seen that happen over and over again. KCP, I said, when the last time somebody from the SEC outside of Kentucky was a fucking animal? You know what I'm saying? Tobias Harris, probably some couple guys. Or some last time a Georgia basketball player was good. I knew KCP wasn't shit. I knew he wasn't shit from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They passed over CJ McCollum, Giannis, and a few other guys. Was it Rudy Gobert in that draft too? Like I said before, man, the Pistons, I don't even want to talk about them right now. Let's see what they do tonight. If the team goes to ball control, they going to take a tight end, O-line, or D-lineman. I think you're right. I said O-lineman in the first, tight end in the second. That's what I thought it was going to be. But I think it's going to be more ball control, man. And, you know, they're going to take that's what Jim Caldwell said when he sat down with Stafford before he took the job. They wanted to make Stafford into a more of a ball control, game managing quarterback. And to cut his turnovers down. That's what he said. You know, he sat down and broke down the film with him and everything. Showed him his mistakes, but obviously he couldn't help him. You know, he didn't want to even save his own job by calling the plays. So, maybe it's just too much. Joseph Israel, I would draft the safety Abrams from Mississippi State or Montez Sweat. You gotta look at that dude from Mississippi State. Montez Sweat, an animal. Sweat ain't overrated. Sweat hella nice, bro. Sweat hella nice. Long, strong, fast guy. He don't play as fast as his 40 indicate, but he got really good long arms, really good arm play. You put him on the D line with with Hand, Snacks, and Trey Flowers, he gonna get a ton of one-on-ones. He probably gonna win. He probably gonna be a beneficiary of 10 sacks just by playing with some of the guys he playing with. You know. Drummond, big soft ass Joe Cashmere say, gotta go. How you 7 feet 290 on top of the key and don't post up on offense? Drummond gotta go. You don't have no post game, man. A lot of these dudes don't know how to have no post game. You know, and they don't have the footwork. So, yeah, I ain't gonna talk about him because then they're gonna be calling me a Drummond hater. Motherfuckers in their feelings. But like I say, man, it's a guards game now. Guards impact the game. You go out there and get 20 or 23 rebounds. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're gonna need 30 points from you. 30 real points, not garbage time points, not scoop it up and put it back points. Drummond can't get his own bucket. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to Blake Griffin and the guards to get him a bucket. If they ain't getting him engaged, he ain't scoring. So he can't throw the ball down to him and get a bucket. It ain't gonna fucking happen. It ain't gonna fucking happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, he getting better as a rim defender. He's still improving. He getting stronger. He getting tougher. But the point of, he not Ben Wallace and the fuck he not Shaquille O'Neal. So if you ain't on one of the sides of those spectrum, you really ain't doing us no favors because you ain't getting no buckets and then you not defending the rim. You know, and from time to time he does defend, but it is what it is. No DK Metcalf, leave him alone. Yeah, we spoke on him. I agree. I want Devin White. I like Devin White as well too. I seen his interview. He was very, very infectious, and he seemed like he loved to play football. That's the type of personality the Lions need. I wouldn't bat an eye if they got Devin White. I love it. Sweat just fat. He doesn't have the speed to power many pass rushers. You have you can just run around NFL tackles. Man, you crazy, man. That nigga was I seen some of his tape. He pushing the pocket. Long guy, plays with his arms, plays with his hands. Great hand play, bro. You put that nigga on that defensive line, bro, and then you can stand him up too. You can do a lot of stunts. You could do a lot of things with a dude like him. You could drop him in coverage. His hips fluid enough. You could do a lot with him, man. That dude is long. So a lot of offensive linemen not gonna be able to get to his chest. You know what I'm saying? Real long, real strong hands. And then he able to bend at, what is the motherfucker, 6'5", 6'6"? He able to bend and get up under the fucking tackle and get the sacks. He long like an octopus. That's what I like about him. He long. Yeah, he might not sit there and convert speed to power, but you know what? He got the hand play. That's what you want. Because you ain't going to be able to bull rush everybody in the NFL. He got the hands. He able to smack your hands down, long guy, keep you at bay. Then he able to sit there and grind, go around you or go through you. Dude is just long and exceptional athlete, bro. Exceptional, man. If you game plan right, he could be a factor. You plug in with that defensive line right now, it's a wrap. He easily going to go out there and get you like 7 to 10 sacks. Just off playing with the guys he playing with. And then you can stand him up. You can move him to the other side. You can do so much with him. He said 17 and 15. I don't give a fuck. Gotta go. Who you talking about, Joe Cashmere? Talking about. But yeah, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they took Jonah Williams from Alabama. They kind of saying he a guard or a right tackle, so I wouldn't be mad if they took him. Or Jawan. Or was it Jawan Taylor from Florida? I wouldn't be mad if they took them as well. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at those picks at all. Oh, Drummond. Okay. He said Drummond. So I'm not mad at those picks. They take offensive line. I ain't mad at all. I ain't mad. I'm not going to sit there and complain and cry if they take an O-Lineman. You know, I'm going to start looking at some of these safeties that got first round and second round grades on them as well, too. But yeah, I'm not mad if they take an O-Lineman. I mean, he been taking O-Linemen and they ain't been working out for him, some of them. It's just my opinion. Have to go O-line. Lang is gone and Decker contract is almost up. Yeah, you don't have to go first round in the O-line in the first round. You can go third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and develop two offensive linemen. You don't necessarily have to go offensive lineman because you can have Terrell Crosby and Wagner contract up too. You can have Crosby step in at right guard, even though I would like to see him just take over for Wagner at some point. But yeah, I think you can get value in the draft for offensive lineman. That's just the way it is. But if you like Jawan Taylor, let me make sure I get this through. Yeah, Jawan Taylor, or if you like Jonah Williams, yeah, I'm definitely all for getting them, plugging them in, and because you know you got a center, you know you got a left guard, you don't know if you got a left tackle, you don't know if you got a right tackle, you don't know if you got a right guard. If you say, okay, Terrell Crosby step in and be our right tackle for the future, so then still you missing the left. You could possibly be missing the left tackle if Taylor Decker don't bounce back and get healthy with a shoulder, and then you definitely could be missing a right guard or right tackle depending on what you want to do with Crosby. So I think it's imperative that they at least get one offensive lineman and develop him this year. Or if you can get one that can come in and start, that's very, very important to improve and continue to improve the run blocking and the pass blocking for Stafford. I think that's important. So if they take one early, I'm fine with it. First 2 rounds, I'm fine with it. If not, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, you can get a lot of value there. And some of them dudes can step in and play right now. I remember Larry Warford, was here. He just got injured too much, and eventually he went to New Orleans, and somehow he found the fountain of non-injuries. Detroit got a lot of good options in this draft, regardless if they trade down and stay put. Exactly, but you don't want to overthink it, McClain Bell. You don't want to overthink it, because you move down, and then some motherfucking Hall of Famer like Von Miller or better yet, DeMarcus Lawrence was there. And then you moved out of spot, you could have had DeMarcus Lawrence. Sometimes it's good to sit where the fuck you at. And sometimes you got a wonderful player sitting right there. So you don't want to be in the point where you passing up great options where, you sat there, you reached for Ebron, and then you left Aaron Donald on the table because, for whatever reason, they left Aaron Donald on the table because he was too small. They came out and said that. And then again, you had Fairley that was in, you didn't, You didn't extend the 5th-year option on him or whatever it was. And then you knew Ndamukong Suh was probably going to walk. And then you sit there and take a tight end knowing that you need defensive tackle help. That was stupid. You know what I'm saying? You passed up on the best defensive player in the league damn near right now, Aaron Donald, for Eric Ebron, the guy that you didn't even want to utilize correctly. You didn't want to utilize him right. You wanted to, make him a timing pattern tight end. Then you passed up on Odell Beckham Jr., somebody him and Calvin would have been nasty together. So, yeah, it is what it is. Edward Berry said, this is why I hate Stafford. The offense gets all of the love. Yeah, they get a ton of love every year. I mean, going back to Riley Reef and Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, going back to Larry Warford. What's the kid we got from Rob Sims, we got from Seattle. I mean, you can keep going on and on. Ragnow, Wagner, Lang, Reggie Bush, Joy Bell, Nate Burleson, Calvin Johnson. It was, Pettigrew, Ebron, Joseph Fourier was a good red zone threat for a minute. Was he here when Javid Best was here? I mean, every year before he got here was Kevin Jones, who just didn't want to avoid no contact, and he didn't want to avoid no contact, so his career got cut short. It's been offense. Every year the offense don't have enough. They go out their way. I'm going way back, Mike Williams and the rest of them, but I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. But he said Noah Fant is going to be another Ebron. If he come to Detroit, he may very well be. I got to look at his drop rate and stuff, man, and stuff of that nature. I got to do some more homework on him, but he seemed to be a good prospect. But I like Hawkinson better. But like I said before, the whole thing about it is, you got to be able to know how to use these players, man. And at this point, I wouldn't matter if they went all defense. Like, it don't matter what they put on that offense. It just seemed like Stafford can't get it together. Whoever the offensive coordinator can't get it together. Does anybody here, oh shit, is Darrell Bevell the savior? I like Darrell Bevell. What he do should be a great fit for Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Should be an excellent fit for Detroit. I like Darrell Bevell. But anybody sitting there thinking he fucking Bill Walsh, or Josh McDaniels or something like that? No. But we'll see. If Stafford can't ball out with this OC that won the Super Bowl and lost one, I'm a strangle that boy up. I mean, I told y'all it is what it is. He ain't the quarterback that's gonna lead y'all there. I don't believe he is. I done lost all hope for him, but I hope I'm wrong. But just too many negatives there. He nigga quit last year. We seen that. He always playing for stats. We seen that. He ain't even got to the point where he can check out of stuff and call, do certain things, and he erratic with his accuracy. People ignore that stuff and say, "Oh, it's the offensive line fault," or "It's this fault." He erratic with his accuracy. His deep ball was very erratic last year. People say, "Oh, he getting rushed. He don't have no offensive line and stuff of that nature, man." And they're gonna continue to make excuses for him. But like I said before, had this Mikael LaShore was in LaShore, he tore his ACL up in camp. But like I said before, man, these dudes sit there and make all that excuses for this dude, man. Had this been another quarterback, I'm just keep it real, had this been a quarterback of color, all these motherfuckers would have had that buck dancing raccoon syndrome, and they would have said, "Get his black ass out of here." Real talk, I'm gonna keep it real. If Stafford was black, he wouldn't have been here this long. And I'm sorry to break the news to you guys, but that's just facts. But it's always an excuse. And it's always a different bar set for guys like Matthew Stafford, guys like Blake Bortles, guys like Eli Manning. All these sorry-ass quarterbacks out there, just like them motherfuckers, man. It's always an excuse. And you know who the first to fucking come and run and get these dudes excuses? Fucking black fans. You know what I'm saying? They quick to fucking jump on all the rest of these black quarterbacks. Oh, he ain't that good. You know what's so funny about it? I'm going to get into a little bit of OT time for a couple minutes right here. I was looking at a thread, right, that came on my social media. I think it was Facebook, right? And Russell Wilson gives the Seahawks to April 15th to extend him, okay, to give him a contract, or he ain't negotiating. So they had to pay him $30 million next year, and if they franchise tag him the year after that, around 36 to 40 million. It's a 125% raise, I think it was, right? So, you know, they sit there and they don't even want to extend him. If they don't extend him past April 15th, like, he done a lot for that franchise. But they quick to give fucking Matt Ryan his money. They gave fucking Kirk Cousins his money. But they didn't want to give Russell Wilson his money. And he ain't got shit. You talking about getting hit? Look at this nigga Russell Wilson, bruh. This nigga got an offensive. They got Russell Okung. That nigga got to be 60. They ain't blocking for that dude. That dude around there, David Copperfield around there. You know what I'm saying? You know, making Tyler Lockett look like fucking the second coming of Deshaun Jackson. He out there making macaroni and cheese with rummy noodles out there, bruh. You know? Real talk. And then when it come to his black ass, you know, whatever y'all want to say, he corny or whatever, man. But when it come to quarterbacks of color, they ain't be trying to pay them niggas, man. Eli Manning about to get a 1-year contract extension. And Russell Wilson out here asking for a check. Oh, you got to give me, and they ain't even trying to pay him, bro. They got rid of Richard. They got rid of Cam. They got rid of Jeremy Lane. They got rid of Walter Thurman the third, excuse. They got rid of the whole Legion of Boom. Earl Thomas gone. Only guy that's left is the linebacker, which name just elude my brain right now. Bobby Wagner, excuse me. It's the only one that's left. Marshawn Lynch gone. And all of a sudden, you're going to go ahead and get rid of Russell. If I'm Russell Wilson, man, go ahead and don't extend me. I ain't signing shit. I'm going to come in. Matter of fact, I'm going to sign my franchise tender. I'm going to come in, sign it. I'm going to go out there and say, I hurt my ankle. I can't go out there and play. They got to move me, bro. But it's a different standard, bro. He said when you get hit like I think it takes a lot of focus out the game. Not only the reason Stafford isn't getting it done, but yeah, I agree. I agree with that. When you getting, man, I'm surprised that Stafford lasted this long. Because Joey Harrington, they beat the love of the game out of him. Even though my grandpa said when he played in that bowl game at Oregon, he told me a long time ago, he said that nigga ain't shit. He said that nigga ain't shit. He told me that. Oh, I mean, he a good player. No, he said he ain't shit. He was right. He was right. Oh, Joey Harrington is good. I was a kid. I ain't know no better. But Stafford should have got the shit. Stafford should be retired right now. Stafford should be in the graveyard cemetery for quarterbacks. But you know what? He resilient. He tough. And I'll give him that. He a tough cookie, man. He a tough cookie, man. That nigga tough. Because a lot of quarterbacks would have been retired and went to go open a business or whatever. Stafford's still here and tough. And all them hits and all the shit he endured in this franchise, I think at some point he be thinking until he see his check, like, this shit ain't worth it. This shit is not worth it. I got 10 years in. I can call it a day. I'm the greatest statistical quarterback in Lions history. You know what, man? I don't need this shit. And then he look at that check and say, you know what? And the pensions ain't shit for NFL players, man. The NFL players' pensions is like $1,500 a month. You got motherfuckers from the big three that got a better pension, a better benefit package than the NFL. I was hearing somebody talk about the WWE, and they don't even give them benefit package. They don't have medicals. They pay their medical bills, but they don't have medical insurance. You got to have your own insurance unless it's a major injury. You know? Ain't that crazy? In the WWE, they pay some of your medical bills, but they don't give you insurance. You don't have free insurance. If you go to fucking gym right now, everything is practically paid for. You go to Ford right now as a full-time worker, it's paid for. You go to Chrysler, it's paid for. You get the best of the best. But you telling me WWE, what a billionaire owner, Vince McMahon, is not providing insurance? You telling me that before Deacon Jones died, his pension was like, what, $100 a month? A couple $100 if that? Eric Dickerson, one of the greatest running backs of all time, I think he said his pension was $1,500 a month from the NFL. After all the blood and sweat tears you put out on that field, they paying you that little. And a lot of fans don't know that shit, man. That's why it's important to take care of your fucking money. That's why it's important to take care of your money. Edwin Berry say, The Lions just want butts in the seats. The fans only know Lions great, not NFL great players. The team has zero identity. That's a good point. It would take Blunt Report say the Blunt Report. It would take the Lions another 40 years before they find another quarterback as good as Stafford. Don't trust him. I mean, is Stafford that good? I don't think so. It'll take another 40 years. I don't think so. Stafford ain't that good. That's just my opinion on it. If it take you another 40 years to find a guy that good, man, you might as well burn the whole fucking building down. Burn the whole franchise down. That's for real. I work at GM2. I barely pay anything for medical. Yeah, I used to work at Detroit Hamtramck. And these motherfuckers in WWE don't even got no insurance. They just pay your shit when they feel like it. That's sad. That's sad. And then they misdiagnosing their injuries and stuff. You know, so shit crazy, man. Shit real crazy. That's just how the game go, man. How the game go. The Lions had a better quarterbacks than Stafford. Nigga, they should have kept Eric Kramer back in the day. That motherfucker was balling. They got rid of him and brought in Scott Mitchell. Fuck wrong with them? They swore Scott Mitchell was gonna be that deal for Miami. That nigga came here and didn't do shit. Then they swore on the gang in my blue face voice. They swore on the gang that this John Kitna was gonna be something. Man, you know how stupid this franchise is, bro. Let me tell you how stupid this franchise is, man. At least it was when Matt Millen was there. John Kitna had came off blowing one of the biggest leads in playoff history. It had to be one of the biggest leads that I ever seen. I'm not saying playoff history. Carson Palmer and the Bengals they was gonna win the Super Bowl that year. They cooking it still. I think they at home. And he was Chad Johnson. This is when Carson Palmer was Carson Palmer. Excuse me. They was cooking the fucking Steelers that year. And Carson Palmer breaks his leg, right? At some point in the middle of the game, he breaks his leg. He on fire. This is prime Palmer, Hall of Fame. He going to the Hall of Fame because they won the Super Bowl that year, in my opinion. Prime fucking Carson Palmer, bro. He breaks his leg or something. John Kitna come in and the lead evaporate like that. Like this nigga, they had a massive lead on the Bengals. You know, I mean on the Steelers. A massive lead. Soon as Kitna come in, they lose the lead like that. Guess who go sign Kitna in the next offseason? Like this nigga done carried them like the backup quarterback for the Giants that won the Super Bowl when Phil Simms got injured. I can't remember his name. They act like he carried the Bengals to the AFC Championship. This dude lost the game like that. And for people who watch football, you remember that game. That was the last great part of Carson Palmer. Kitna lost the lead like that. They get bounced out the playoffs after Palmer break his leg. Obviously, Carson Palmer was never the same quarterback after that. And the Lions go sign Kitna like this nigga had just took them on a deep playoff run and put the team on his back. He comes here with Mike Martz. Mike Martz, they march up and down the field, these Lions, up and down the field. And all his running gun off. I mean, they just whoop, whoop, whoop. But the problem is they never put the ball in the end zone. They never could score a touchdown. Never. Field goal, Jason Hansen, or turnover in the red zone. These Lions, whoop, 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 up and down the field. Couldn't score no touchdowns, man. This shit was pathetic. The shit was pathetic. Pathetic. They would turn the ball over. They had a nice pace to the offense, creative offense, you know, but they whoop, whoop, up and down the field. Never score a touchdown. Whoop, whoop, up and down the field. This nigga just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. Couldn't. We had Isaac Akeem and a few other guys that was on that team. I don't want to butcher it. Detroit Beast, I'm still rocking. So I think people want him to be Rodgers or Brady. He just ain't that, but it's cool. He a tough guy that can make every throw you can think of and shows up in the clutch. I wouldn't say. I don't think he has some good fourth quarters, but for me, you got to show up in the playoffs in the clutch. You know, Tony Romo had some fourth quarter drives up there with Stafford, but shit, like I said before about the guy, he is tough. I will give him that. When you making $30 million, it's easy to fucking get compared to fucking Rodgers and Tom Brady. Like, motherfuckers want to know, can you produce what you worth? They want to know, can you produce what you worth? And that's real shit. That's real shit. People want to know, can you produce what you worth? You know? If you buy a 75-inch, 80-inch TV or this fancy projector, guess what? You're not gonna want just $1,000 worth out of what you pay for it. You want to be able to feel like you got a deal, like this is a good investment. I feel like this shit should have been $2,000. That's the thing about bargain shopping and catching shits on flash deals on Black Friday. You wanted it to feel like you got your money's worth. Even if you spend face value on the stereo system, right? May it be in your car, may it be in your house, or whatever the situation may be. You know, you want this before even Aaron Rodgers got paid, bro. This before he got paid. You know, you want to know, can this thing live up to expectations? And once you spend your $500 or $600 or $200 on your stereo system at the crib, your surround sound, whatever it is, and you hear it, and it sound on point and it meets or exceeds your expectations, you like, shit, I ain't mind dropping that $200, $500, $600, $700 on this stereo system. Shit, you done mounted the fucking speakers on the walls and shit. You feel like you got the movie experience and shit like that. You happy. You like, oh man, that money wasn't nothing. But if you plug some shit up and you stuck with it and you pay for it, it ain't meet expectations, your whole mood gonna be fucked up. Like, dude, I gotta package this shit up and take it back. Or if you bought it from Amazon, you gotta repack it, go through the whole little send it back process. You gotta go to Best Buy, or you gotta take it back up there, waste gas, and get your money back and see if you can find something different. Oh, you want your money back and use the card? We can refund you in 28 to 36 hours. It's 24 to 36 hours. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. When you get paid that type of money, motherfuckers want to see results. They want to see results. Lions, Tigers, Bears, oh my, whoever you play for, they want to know if you worth that. You supposed to uplift the team. You supposed to be Superman. That's just the fact of the matter. That's just perceptions. It may not be reality, but that's perception. People feel like you supposed to be fucking Moses and part the Red Sea and take the lions to the promised land. Kind of feel like at the end of Star Wars. Which one was it? It was in episode 3. Which one it was. You are the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. Nah, wrong one. Anakin Stafford, wrong one. Anakin Stafford, wrong one. He said no one can run with bums around them. Hey, at the end of the day, you want to call them bums, but the same motherfucking situation though. Before every season, the Blunt Report, these niggas is doing their best Jason Garrett, but the Lions gonna win 12 games, 13 games. Oh, look at all the weapons Stafford got behind him. Look at the secondary. Oh, this team is primed to win the NFC North. In my SpongeBob voice, week 3. Oh, this nigga Stafford ain't got no help, man. That's why he got 15 picks in 4 weeks, man. Oh, Stafford ain't got no help. He ain't got no help. Oh, my God. My Dave Chappelle voice. He ain't got no help. Stop raising the bar so high. I'm done with that shit. I'm not counting victories no more. I'm going to just wait and see. I'm going to wait and see. Because all this shit, you get optimistic, and these niggas put this shit on the pedestal. Oh, we going to beat them. 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 And then reality kick in, and now it's everybody else for it. Oh, get rid of Jim Bob Cooter. Oh, get rid of Taylor Decker. Oh, carry on. Get rid of Theo. Get rid of, Calvin Johnson. He old now. Get rid of Calvin. Stafford be better without. I done heard it all, bro. I done heard it all, man. I heard it all. There's niggas out here. They go to Lions, go win 10 games, 11 games. We gonna beat them. That, doop. Shit, that Jets game kicked in. Man. I said, God, I went to that game. I said, no, we did not just lose to the Jets. No, we did not just lose to the motherfucking Jets. You know. That's just what the point is. Watch what I tell you. Watch when training camp come around. I didn't feel victim to that for many years. Oh, Johnny Morton is tearing it up in camp. Oh, Oh my God, you see Nate Burleson, he looks unguardable. Javid Best, man, because I figured out, because the Lions practicing against themselves. I don't take training camp but none but a grain of salt for reports coming out of training camp. You know, I'm going to wait and see. I don't believe in preseason. As long as we come out healthy and we still we look like week 1. That's just what it got to be. As long as we come out healthy week 1. That's training camp. Come out healthy. Come out healthy. But at the end of the day, people going to keep saying that he don't have no help. All I'm saying is, what fucking help Cam Newton and Russell Wilson got? What help they got? This motherfucking Cam Newton made it to a Super Bowl with Jericho Cotchery and motherfucking, was it Ted Ginn Jr. as his best receivers? Russell Wilson, you know, he carried the fucking Seahawks last year. And that nigga didn't have no... He had Russell Okung was one of his best offensive linemen. Had a rookie tight end. Well, I can't remember. He was tearing that shit up, too. I can't remember his name. He got injured. Chris Carson, Mike Davis, Rashad Penny ain't really do shit, but Chris Carson and Mike Davis did good last year. But, you know, he still persevered and took them to the playoffs. That defense was really young and good, but let's not act like Stafford had one of the top defenses not too long ago versus the Dallas Cowboys and couldn't put one more touchdown on the board to ice the game. So don't act like Matthew Stafford is the only quarterback that ain't got no help. That it ain't produced. That ain't producing. There's guys out there with less help that's producing. That's a fact. Don't matter. Stafford had a top 5 defense. Don't forget that. He didn't do shit with that defense. Let's not forget that. Matthew Stafford had a top 5 defense. He didn't do shit with them. He went to Dallas and they lost. You want to blame it on the Pettigrew play? You got it. But you know what? What I learned watching sports, it don't come down to one play. With that New Orleans Saints game with the Rams, you know, I say, you know what? I'm on the phone. Matter of fact, we on live on my other channel. And my boy said, you know what? They going to regret not scoring a touchdown here. Getting down into the red zone a couple times and not getting a touchdown. And that nigga was right. The Saints getting down there and not scoring a touchdown came down and backed them in the house. I love Theo. I don't love no fucking Theo Reddick. Get the fuck up out of here. I love Theo Reddick. What fucking channel you watching? You must be smoking major dick. That cigar in your mouth is a dick, bro. Nobody love no Theo Reddick. I don't hate Matthew Stafford, bro. I don't have no reason to hate that man. You know, I'm just speaking facts, bro. You know, motherfuckers say, oh, Cam had this and shit. Stafford had a top 5 defense. Didn't do shit with it. Had a Calvin Johnson. This nigga Cam Newton got a fucking Jericho Cotchery. Not the Jets Jericho Cotchery. He said, didn't Stafford put up 5,000? What is you? That wasn't that year, bro. That wasn't that year. I don't know what year what year that defense ranked that, but it wasn't that year, bro. He ain't had no 49 touchdowns that year, Blake. That wasn't that year. That's the year they had Reggie Bush and Joy Bell, I want to say. And they went to Dallas, and they was coming back every week. Every week. Scott Linehan was still the fucking offensive coordinator. That was like 2014 it was. That wasn't that same year, bro. Had he put up them type of numbers that year, them niggas probably would have went to the Super Bowl with that defense. But everybody want to talk about 5,000 yards. Drummond got 2020. What the fuck did it come with? Any playoff wins? Any fries with that? No, it did not come with nothing. It didn't amount to shit. It's all about wins and losses. We can make excuses about why they don't win. We can make excuses why they lose. But it ain't on Stafford. At the end of the day, the quarterback is the first person held accountable. And when I went over to my grandma's house, I went out to Inkster, I stayed out there. No matter what the fuck we did, the oldest person always got in trouble. No matter what happened, somebody broke something, did something outside, did something they weren't supposed to do. Whoever was the oldest cousin around, brother, sister around, always took the blame. Always got in trouble. I didn't understand that until I became that guy. You know, but that's true. Who else is good on this bum-ass team then? Fuck you mean, Kenny Galladay? Marvin Jones is fucking good? Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You acting like these niggas is the fucking 0-16 Lions of Cleveland Browns. If it's a bum-ass team, why the fuck you care about talking about it? If it's a bum-ass team, why you care about, why is you a fan then? That's all I want to know. If the whole team is just garbage, I mean, why the fuck we even talking about it? If they got nobody else besides Matthew Stafford, why are we even talking? No, it's not trying to run the team. It's just making the analogy that the quarterback is the most valued person on the field, bro. It's the wins and losses always fall on them. The glory, the bad, the good, the ugly. Always fall on the quarterback. That's just the way the NFL is run. Right or wrong, that's how I go. All that responsibility always gonna fall on Matthew Stafford. They don't say, "Oh, left tackle has one playoff win in the last 10 years." They don't say that shit. Oh, this running back, he has 2 playoff wins in the last 3 or 4 years. They don't talk about that shit. When you talk about the Rams, they look at Sean McVay, they look at Jared Goff. When they talk about Matt Ryan, when they bring up that 28-3, they'll put that shit on Matt Ryan. Peyton Manning for years, when he was getting beat up by the Miami Dolphins and getting bounced out the playoffs by subpar teams. They didn't say fucking Marvin Harrison. They didn't say motherfucking Dwight Freeney. They said Peyton Manning couldn't win the big one. That's what they said. Peyton Manning couldn't win the big one. That's what they said. So right or wrong, that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to say, "Oh, he ain't got no help. He ain't got this." At the end of the day, all them niggas get a check. At the end of the day, everybody get hyped up in training camp, including I. We get hyped up in training camp. "Oh, we heard he killed it. He didn't drop a pass and whoop-de-whoop and catch this and that." Every year. You ain't tuning in to the first game of the season because you know the Lions ain't going to win or they going to get blew out by the Jets. Why you tuning in for the game then? Why you a fan then? Why you got merch then? You a fan of the Lions because Matthew Stafford? That's the only guy they got, huh? So everything Stafford do out there, he do wrong, it's on Marvin Jones. It's on Kenny Galladay. It's on Taylor Decker. It's on Ragnar. It's on Glasgow. It was on Ndamukong Suh, right? It was on Calvin Johnson, right? It was always on Nick Fairley, right? It was always on DeAndre Levy, right? It was always on Bill Bentley, Aaron Berry. I mean, Matthew Stafford ain't never made a mistake, right? Overcome these bumps in the road. Nigga, he is the bump in the road. He part of the bump in the road. Let's not try to disconnect like this nigga is immaculate. He not immaculate. He not immaculate, bro. He barely a top 15 quarterback. Barely. Like I said, it's quarterbacks that had just as less as he did at times and still made shit happen. So let's not act like this nigga is some great quarterback, bro. Because had Sam Bradford came out that same year, Matthew Stafford wouldn't even be the pick. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Let's not act like Aaron Rodgers got all the great things around him. He don't. Real talk with DeWan said, "Yeah, dog, we must draft a quarterback." Gave up after that Seahawks playoff game. That was tough. That was a tough one. I'm just talking about preparing for the future. That's it. Am I saying get Stafford out of here right now? No, I didn't say that. I think they need to prepare for the future. Guy been here 10 years. And you don't have no formidable backup. We didn't have a great backup since homeboy went to the Rams. Sean, what's his name? I forget this dude's name. I'm drawing blanks today. What's the old backup quarterback name? He used to throw that bitch to Calvin too. I forget this dude's name. Stafford replacement needs to come in the next 2 drafts. Yeah, possibly. You mean last year or period for the top 15? Period. Last year, last year, he probably won 15 last year. Because I'll put Nick Foles just based on what he did last year above him. Now, I wouldn't put Kirk Cousins, Trubisky over him. I wouldn't put Jameis Fitzpatrick over him. I wouldn't put Eli over him. Just based off last year, I wouldn't put Carson Wentz over him. Let me change that. I did have Carson Wentz over him. But just based off last year, no. No, I wouldn't put some of them dudes over here. You're right. He barely 15, if that. Even just going off last year. He said another thing, a run game to take pressure off the quarterback, mainly for young quarterbacks. I have never seen a 10-year quarterback need pressure off of him as a quarterback. Great ones want the pressure. Well, yeah, that's true, but you know what I'm saying? That does open windows up for him. You know what I'm saying? The ability just to fake like you handed it off opens up huge windows for the quarterback, so he doesn't have to be Sean Hill, thank you. He doesn't have to be super accurate. So a run game will help him, but then again, what if he just ain't got it? What if he gunshot? What if he shell shot? What if he already beat up mentally? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he just not that good to begin with. So you really don't know. So if he get a run game, we'll see. But if it don't happen this year, then I don't know what to say. You know, homeboy basically saying that ain't no other player good on the Lions. Like Darius Slay ain't good. Like Marvin Jones ain't good. Like Kenny Galladay ain't good. You know, like Kerryon ain't good. You know, just ain't nobody else good. I ain't never seen a team that it's some teams out there, but like fucking Vikings. They got super good players around Kirk Cousins, but sometimes the quarterback just can't get it done. Sometimes you can't. People say that in Washington about Kirk Cousins. All them bum, he ain't got nothing in Washington. He ain't got nothing in Washington. That motherfucker come to Minnesota with two top 10 or 15 receivers and Thielen, and Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook, and the Murray character that came from the Raiders. Solid offensive line, solid defense. And what happened? Some niggas just bad luck. Some motherfuckers just not good quarterbacks. Some people just not good fucking quarterbacks. You give them something, or you give them a whole lot of something, or you give them nothing, or a little bit of something. Some motherfuckers just ain't good. And that's just what it is. He's not a great quarterback, bruh. I seen Aaron Rodgers lose his whole entire offensive line before, bruh. Playing with 5th and 6th string motherfuckers and still getting it done. Marshall Newhouse at left tackle, bruh. That ain't no fucking excuse, man. It's not an excuse. You know? It's not an excuse. And I ain't saying he the greatest nigga of all time, Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe that, but 10 years of the same shit, bro. 10 years. 10 years of the same stuff. That's all I'm saying. He's trying to make a change, and I think a change would be good for him and be good for us. At some point, you got to draft another quarterback. At some point, y'all niggas got to be fed up and say it's him. He said the game plan has been get Stafford passing yards. How many times have Kerryon gashed the defense? And the next 2-3 plays are passing plays. Run game requires a steady dose, not here and there. Yeah, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. Green Bay's lost a ton of offensive linemen before, and he still produced. And he got beat up a little bit too. But they had good ones, Bakhtiari, Lang in his prime. But they also, a lot of them dudes religiously go down. They ain't religiously had a great running back neither. James Stark, you know, Ryan Grant, Aaron Jones is pretty good. But they got the same problem with Detroit got. At least last year, they don't want to consistently run the ball neither. That is true. They don't want to consistently run that ball. Aaron Rodgers want to play for stats. That is true. I will give y'all that. Green Bay is a better organization than Lions by 100. We can agree on that. We can agree by 100 times they're a better organization. Fred Jackson said $27 million. Y'all got to be, y'all got to be honest. Stafford is not a $27 million quarterback. None of them quarterbacks up there is. Besides Aaron Rodgers, possibly just because of the bullshit he went through. Jimmy Garoppolo not. Kirk Cousins not. Around that area. Derek Carr not. Kirk Cousins not up there. Matt Ryan not that type of quarterback. And Matt Ryan got everything. We can't agree on that. All them guys up there is not that good. You know, Eric Berry said, "Stop. Stafford ain't great, decent, but damn show ain't great." That's what I mean by the Lions great in NFL, great in players. Okay, I see the comparison or analogy now. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, we could argue this all day, man. If year 10 turned into year 11 of bullshit and no playoff win, who right? Me. If they win one, who wrong? Me. If they make the Super Bowl this year, I'm wrong. But the very same people that the Blunt report guy called bums, right? If them motherfuckers start winning next year and whatever change, or the offensive system it's gonna change, and they produce out their system, he gonna be the very same motherfucker slobbering all over they fucking cock saying how great they is. He gonna be the very same motherfucker saying Kerryon Johnson is great. You know, Hawkinson, if they get him, is great. Well, you see Galladay and Jones out there? But no, motherfucker, you just called them some bums. You just called them some fucking bums. And Stafford, the only great one. That's that fucking... I ain't even gonna get into that, man. We all hope we wrong when we talk about that. I don't want to sit here and bash the Lions, but niggas get mad at Mike Valenti for telling the truth. But Mike Valenti is like every other NFL spectator on the outside looking into Detroit. Only Detroit fans get optimistic and believe some of the bullshit that they say. Real talk. I done been on with Bear fans, Cowboy fans, so many people before I done been on with, and the whole perception never changed. It's the same shit about Matthew Stafford and Detroit Lions. He says Bobby Long, said a lot of Lions fans just want to give Stafford a Robert Kraft for the Browns game. For that Browns game. He said Stafford, I don't care about stats, bro. Stats don't mean everything, bro. Because the one stat that matter, the Blunt report, the one stat that matter is wins and losses. Everybody want to talk about 5,000 yards and all that shit. Of course, you should throw for 4,000 or 5,000 yards in this NFL. You can't touch the receiver. You can't hit the quarterback. You can't hit the receiver. You know what I'm saying? In a minute, you're not going to be able to be in the three-point stance no more. This is by far the easiest era to throw the football in. By far the easiest era. Imagine if Joe Montana, you couldn't touch Jerry Rice. You couldn't hit Jerry Rice. You only could press Jerry Rice for 5 yards. You couldn't press him up and down the field. Nigga, Joe Montana be throwing for 5,000, 6,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, like 5 interceptions. Nobody talk about how they curved the scale for quarterbacks to be more consistent and take the defense out the game. Nobody talk about that. This is the easiest era to play quarterback in. Did you remember when Joe Theismann broke his leg clean the fuck off? Just like Alex Smith did. When you could hit a quarterback. Remember all them times Joe Montana had concussions? You know what I'm saying? All them times that John Elway was taking them Denver Bronco teams with the same, they were terrible. He was putting them on his back, taking them to the Super Bowl, getting his ass beat by Joe Montana and them. Don't tell me about the history of football, bro. Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers is playing in the easiest era to play quarterback in. Bar fucking none. Bar none. Bar none. Bar none. Aaron Rodgers was hurt last year, so I don't even count last year for that. He was hurt last year. He didn't put that team on his back plenty of times, bro. Plenty of times. We done seen it. When he wasn't there last year, fuck he do. What the fuck they do when he got injured last year? He didn't do a goddamn thing. Back in the day, quarterbacks used to get put on their neck. Exactly, bro. So these niggas playing in the easiest era. Of course you supposed to have inflated numbers. Aaron Rodgers is better than Matthew Stafford. There's no comparison. It's just see Stafford's stats from last year ranked 7th on third down attempts and 25th on conversion. Stafford trash Stafford. A lot of that about Stafford too is that down the stretch that nigga didn't have nobody. Everybody was injured. It was Galladay, and that just shows the lack of depth for the Lions. The Lions don't have no depth, bro. So I'm not even gonna put down the stretch last year. I'm not even gonna read into them stats, man. I'm not. I will defend him on that shit. I'm not gonna read into that shit. He should have shut that shit down last year. Last year they took years off his career, bro, by not shutting him down. They took years off his career. He should have shut that shit down last year. You going out there getting beat up for what? You going out there throwing to. You got to teach Andre Ellington, whatever Bruce Ellington, the run play, the passing plays. You got to tell him the routes to run, and then he might not run them at the right depth. It took for 1,000 receivers to go down to actually put in Brandon Powell, and gosh golly gee, in the Green Bay game, he actually shook loose. Gosh golly gee, he actually shook loose. So a lot of that don't just fall on Matthew Stafford. A lot of that fall on the team. It fall on Matt Millen still, because Matt Millen, Mark Mayhew, Tom LeWine, they all was part of the same cabinet. And Mayhew and LeWine got a promotion after they went 0-16. But the whole thing about it is that I say it's on Millen and Mayhew and LeWine is because all them bad drafts in the 2000s and leading up to now affected this team's depth. Picking the wrong receiver, picking the wrong, passing up DeMarcus Ware, passing up this guy for Ernie Sims, and all those bad drafts still affect this team to this day because now Bob Quinn can't go out there. He can't go out there and take chances in the drafts and move up because the talent level is so bad for the Lions that he got to be conservative and build the talent level up. So when you say you want him to go out there and get great players and take chances, he can't because he has to build that talent level back up. Blunt reports that Lions are doing it because of Matthew Stafford overcoming the ineptness of this Lions organization. That will be the only reason. I'm not saying that he doesn't have anyone around him. I'm saying that he doesn't have anyone around him on offensive wide receiver. Offense wide receivers don't count offensive linemen, so he doesn't have any. Oh, okay. Glad that you clarified that. Okay, I agree with that. You're right. Glad that you got clarification on that, bro. Stafford should have never took the money. He should have told them, if y'all not building a team around me, I'm going to walk. But he wanted to take the money. So can you blame him? Can you blame him? He wanted the money, man. You know, I can't hate him. He stayed in for stats. I'm sure the escalators in the contract he planned for. Oh yeah, you mean incentives? Yeah. Edward Barrett. When you have no identity, you can't put a team exactly. So let's hope Bob Quinn building it the right way. Blake Cleaverage. Hopefully I said your name right. That's why we got a brand new office. Fred Jackson, if you a quarterback, you have to have options. Bobby Lane, breaking news, Stafford just missed Jones on the deep ball versus the 49ers. Yeah, I seen that, man. He was off, but he did have those. I think he had twin girls, and I think that might have affected him, man. Pregnancy, man. I was around somebody that was pregnant, man. They were staying at my crib, and my girlfriend's friend, and her baby daddy didn't have no transportation, nothing like that. These girls give these sorry niggas, so I'm running back and forth like I'm the fucking baby daddy, making sure she cool. But yeah, I know how that can go. Mood swings and shit. And that's why you see, getting some real life talk real quick. That's why you see so many single mothers. Women, this dude truck next door to me, dog. Like, dude, just get rid of it. Get you a new truck, man. It's over with. But that's why you see so many women single and pregnant. They be single shit before they even pregnant. I mean, right when they get pregnant, they be single. You know what I'm saying? They be single like that because pregnancy, a lot of these sucker ass niggas can't stand in the kitchen. They can't stand in the kitchen and take the heat. They want to be the chef, but they can't sit in the kitchen and take the heat. A lot of these sucker niggas want to bail out. There's a lot of weak ass niggas out here, man. If you got a girl pregnant and you know it's yours, be there, man, and take the beat down. And Stafford, trust me, man, even all the money you got, all the maids you got, man, take your girlfriend, for example, and times her complaining times 10 and deal with that shit, man. For real. But I appreciate everybody for checking in, man. We got to get out of here. Blessings, man.